times are busy right now, at least for me. And so I really wanted to integrate some Low Elo Legends content back into the, the normal uploads because it's been tough traveling to events and home for the holidays the next few weeks. I will not be doing my usual, and I'm very much looking forward to that in many ways. But also, I enjoy my Low Elo Legends. So welcome. We've got some Low Elo Legends here. These two are pretty much as close as it gets to not being a low elo legend. In fact, it's so high elo that in 2024, they may even resent the fact I've even said they're a low elo legend. But the cutoff is 1,000 elo and below. They are both 991 elo. So who actually ever wins this will go above 1,000. And it's tough because, like, obviously 300 elo is very different from 600, which is very different from 800 and 900. But reality is, we got a bit of a different things down here below 1,000 elo, and there has to be a cutoff at some point, right? But realistically, it's probably more like 800 and below, I'll say. So we got Baltic here. Baltic, this map with this massive water in the middle, and many people don't really know how to play water. Many people don't necessarily enjoy playing water, even if they know how to play it. So sometimes people are going to find some creative ways to spice up maps they don't necessarily enjoy. That's what we're going to see here, and I hope you're ready to laugh because this one's hilarious. In the blue, we've got Maron playing as the Burgundians. Be curious to see how blue plays the Burgundians because the cheaper eco upgrades and an age earlier can be really strong. And then in the red, we've got the Persians. The Persians, faster working town centers, much stronger town centers, much stronger docks. Not the best naval tech tree, but for a hybrid map, they're one of the best civs. So if you want to combine lands and combine water, it can be really strong. This is a massive sized lake in the middle. You could wall with 4 tiles here and maybe like 5 tiles of stone here, and the whole thing's walled up. And so if you were a water player, that would be the game plan. Is you control the water, wall it up. If you control the the middle with navy, the opponent's not really going to be able to do much long term. But anytime I'm casting this rank, I always remind myself of the fact that they might not necessarily have the same builds as the higher level players, like prioritizing fishing ships, for example, and then just overall strats. But Baltic is not a map that you would expect a lot of people to play. So usually what happens is one player really likes it and favorited it, and the other player hasn't really had a lot of experience with it to know if they like it or not. And then they determine if they ban Baltic or whatever they do for ranked with Baltic based on their experiences here. So I don't really have a lot of info about these two, but I know what this game turns into. Haven't actually seen the full match, and it is quite fun. Don't know why I said it like that. If you're watching this video and you appreciate that relic looks really cool in the little icy island, can you say something about that relic? I feel like the devs don't get enough appreciation for this. This is actually consistent. If you look to Baltic, of all the things for me to applaud the devs for, if you look to Baltic, they actually put the neutral relic in the middle. So it's 2 relics on each side. And then you can see the relics over here. And yeah, they put that other one out there in the ice to give a little bit more incentive, I guess, or reward for the person who gets to the middle. I just think it looks nice, you know? So blue did get the wood upgrade, which I was looking for. So blue should be ahead in res collected there. Blue is also added the dock. So I assume we'll be adding some fishing ships. Red hasn't built the dock yet, guys. And red actually just lost a villager to a boar. Sorry for showing that to people, Red. Merry Christmas. Red just seems a little bit confused. This honestly doesn't seem to really be doing too much. That tells me that this player is a player who likes to play Baltic. I think Red just realized that they have a little bit too much on wood. I pulled a couple villagers over here to take some of the food. And finally, Red is going to drop a dock. So Red Scout doesn't know anything about Blue, is headed over to where Blue's base could be. And then Blue Scout, I think, is auto-scouting right now. Let's see. Let's see how it's moving. Yeah, I think that's auto scout. And that's just because blue has a million other things to focus on. And blue's been a beast. Blue's brought in the boars. Blue's fishing away. Blue's got one of the best economic civs in the game. And I think blue's going to head to feudal age. And everything's looking pretty good. The gold positions aren't bad. The stone positions aren't bad. Lots of free space to farm. Feudal age is now on the way. So, red hasn't made a fishing ship yet. Red lost to Vil. The times are a little bit rough over here for red in comparison. So, red says, I'm going to shake things up a little bit. Red has gone for a transport ship. Now, importantly, red scout is on the other side. Saw blue's house. And at least knows where blue's gold is going to be. And now, red knows where blue's TC is. Interesting. Nice dodging there from red. Scout actually surviving all those volleys. And if red is in feudal age soon, red might actually be able to escape that scout. And so the scout from blue is going to run. After that, and maybe even try... Ooh, the plays! Let's go, blue! Yo, that was sick. All right, Maron, let's go. So anyways, like a lot of water players, they send a couple Vils on to gold, and his plan is to dominate water. Right? Like, water is 50% of the map. It's super important. Red has different plans. Red started this game, looked around, and I know this base is actually awesome, but hear me out because it's part of the joke. Red was just like, I don't like this place. I don't want to grow up here. My brother, my sister, my father, my grandfather, they all grew up in this stinking town. I want to live somewhere else. Blue is like making fire galleys to dominate the seas. And red, red is transported 10 bills and is walking forward. And red is going to delete the starting TC and TC drop blue's face. He says, hello, I live here now. And blue does see it. And blue could maybe deny this now. So blue's going to try and rush this down. If this TC gets denied, it is game over. So blue's done the right thing. Pull as many villagers as you can to try and stop this. Click every villager that you can. But you have to click every villager individually. Otherwise, the villagers are going to continue to build. There hasn't been a garrison from blue at the same time, so there's no additional arrows from the TC to help with the vills that are close, and blue is trying, and blue has clicked so many, and blue has clicked, and blue has clicked, and blue has clicked, and it's not enough because red is going to complete the TC and garrison, and that is what we call a good old-fashioned Persian douche. Blue's game plan thrown out the window, and there's a 4,800 HP TC chilling right next to blue, and blue is housed, and blue is panicked, and life is pain. But I have never seen this. Like, I've actually seen it on water maps before. But I've never seen this on Baltic. Like, the only map that incorporated water where I saw it before was Four Lakes. But that's different. And that was also the Legend of Rubenstock, which is very different. So blue is like full panic mode. And so blue has done the right thing to recognize that it's probably not a good idea to continue to try and stay in that TC, right? So obviously 15 on berries is probably a bit much, but has sorted out the wood issues, still has fishing ships and the opponent does not, and even has some fire galleys still chasing all that stuff down. I think what I would say is like kind of a basic thing, and is red stealing the farms intentionally right now? Red just stole that farm. Oh boy. Oh, yep, red stole the farm and deleted it. Okay, that's what we're doing. But you just got to be ready, if you're blue, to rebuild your TC somewhere and for red to possibly try this again. But it should be really costly for red. The TC dropper never has as many resources collected. And you just have to hope that you can survive the chaos. Now, there's some spears around from red, which is interesting. I think red might have done this because the starting scout was spotted. But I guess there's no harm in having defense. And blue says, well, you know what? 2 can play that game, and blue is also going to hop into the transport ship, and blue is going to take to the high seas to get to the opponent's side as well. So blue will soon not have a town center. There goes blue with the transport. And honestly, red had a pretty good base. So I don't really understand why red would want to leave. Blue is a pretty crappy base now, as far as I'm concerned. You can't easily take this gold. You can't easily take any of these resources. Things are very stressful here. So if you want to leave, I kind of understand. And it's not about how you win. It's about sending the right message, right? So there goes blue. Blue's going to build the TC over here. They are swapping sides, guys. Now, like, none of this really makes a ton of sense. But that is the beauty of it. But let's just think about it from blue's perspective. You now don't have a way to protect 23 vills. I think those 23 vills are going to be pretty mad at you. I don't know who made the decision to send these 5 over here. But those 5 are going to be living a peaceful little life, as the rest of the village just lives a nightmare. Think about what this has done. Blue seemingly had a great game plan. That whatever game plan there was has just kind of gone out the window now. And now they have to adapt. And now I think maybe we're a little bit reminded of their elo, right? The idle TC going up a little bit. The craziness has seeped into their bones, and things are just messy. There's no other way to say it. So, couple tips here for if this ever happens to you, okay? The second you get TC dropped, I would say, maybe instead of TCing their side of the map, which is hilarious, don't get me wrong, something you could do is immediately make archer ranges near their base. You want to defend your base, and then archer ranges towards their base, because they have no defense. What the smart players are going to do is they're going to wall up. So red is clearly experienced. Walled up the golds, starting to make these little walls around the mill, walled up the wood. But a couple archers there, and they're not really going to be prepared for that. So that would be kind of my number 1 tip there. Beyond that, then you just kind of have to adapt, you know? And that's where the chaos kind of sets in. That's where we're at right now. Blue's adaptation was to just leave and not let red do that again. Red is never going to expect that blue is over there. And obviously has no clue that that's over there right now, so... I really wish the spectate bug, where when I show something like this and it shows the farms in the darkness, wasn't here. Because I think a lot of people automatically assume that the player can actually see that. That's just a spectate thing. So there's no way. The foundation doesn't change. And the farms don't change. That might not even be a bug. That just might be how the game works. But anyways, I figured I'd point that out. So, blue's on the way to Castle Age on the other side of the map. Red's on the way to Castle Age on the other side of the map. Red has a stable. Got the scout trapped. So... Scout hasn't really seen too much. And red is now on stone as well. So it feels like red's plan is to probably castle drop the front. And I would say it's pretty realistic because blue doesn't have a lot of defensive army around here. Red has killed nothing this game. Red has lost 11 units, 10 to the enemy, 1 to the boar. And then you could also count losing the TC to his own delete hotkey as something else that he lost this game. But, I mean, living the dream? Maybe? Having some fun? Certainly. You would hope so. I feel like if you lose a game like this, you're like, well, I should have lost. But if you win a game like this, then you're like, it should have never happened. And it adds a lot more excitement. I'm kind of like that if I play some other games. I like to do a higher risk, higher reward stuff. I recently started playing Call of Duty for the first time in like 10 years. And people are just too freaking good at the game now. Like, I remember when I was a teenager, I was like the best player in the lobby. I can't keep up. So anyways, I just run around knifing people. Sometimes I'm that guy, you know? Or, you know, maybe a silent shotgun or just, you know, things that... It's like the TC drop of shooter games. I don't know. I'm kind of the worst. What can I say? Listen. I'm not saying that Red is the worst, because Red is absolutely hilarious. Red is going to TC drop again, now that he's in Castle Age. Has dropped a gate here, I think, so the vills can be walled in. I can't really tell. There was definitely a plan behind this. Knights are on the way. Red's TC's only at 30%. But Blue's got a bunch of villagers around that could die as well. So, TC's being built from Red. Blue is going to have some issues. Potentially greater issues than Red, because there's no TC to hide into. Blue is picking off the vills. All hell is broken loose yet again. Lots of standing around here from the villagers from Blue. And Blue doesn't have any more knights in queue. Red does still have vills here. And just, what on earth is this game, dude? Red is pulling the vills away now. And pulling the camels away and giving up on the push. Red is so utterly and completely dead. But does Blue know that yet? Will Blue ever attack these vills? Can Blue do this? Oh, Blue's gonna send the message! Blue drops the TC on the TC. Take that, Persians. Yeah, let's go. Get that crap out of here. We live here. I like this. I sometimes feel bad when I watch somebody get TC dropped and then upload it, you know? Because they may have waited a long time to get an upload. And then they're just getting flexed on with a TC drop. Come on, Blue, send the message. Send the message. Tell him he doesn't belong here. Red's got this up 90%. Vills are super weak. 95%. Vills are super weak. 98%. No! No! But. This TC will actually go down. It can't shoot them any arrows until Red gets more vills, and Red can only produce 2 more because Red has no food income. Oh, no, we got a castle. What is happening? Oh, man. Well, I mean, this could... Blue does have the other economy, right? So there's what? 14 peaceful vills. Blue, I don't think, can take this TC out anymore. But I don't know if Red can ever actually build this castle with all the vills either. Ah, Blue, I appreciate you trying to, like, flex and send the message, but just make a siege workshop, my friend. See, what I'm wondering is, the castle is at 40%, but without more vills, I think the gate goes down. And actually, Blue is shooting down Red's TC and will win that as well. Let's see. Castle's at 50%. Gate is super weak. You always want to attack the gate here, because unbuilt gates have... Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Blue's going to rush the stable now, too. Oh, boy. Wait, no. Blue. Garrison your TC, pal. You're doing it. You're good. Life is 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 fine. Life is good. Get away. This is bad. Life is not good. Leave this place. Go to the safe place. Go to the happy zone. Is Red gonna win this crap? Oh, man. I think Red... I mean, he might have a chance. He might actually have a chance. Haven't seen him have any food eco in a while. But this TC is up. This castle is up. And Blue is left to run away. Listen, sometimes you just have to leave and shut the door behind you, okay? Get away from here. And don't reside anywhere where there's flat ground where he can drop TCs on your face, Blue. That is my tip to you. Also, siege. Like, you just got completely stunned. And never added a siege workshop this entire time. 4,000 wood, 1,000 gold. And now red is going to drop a TC here. But blue is on the way. Okay, blue's going to TC there. All right. Well, we have an interesting game here. I would say if red can't get to your base to create the chaos, you're probably okay here, blue. This economy ended up being very important. I was kind of judgmental of it. But with how chaotic red has been and how awkward it has been for blue to deal with it, I actually think leaving and getting as far away from that place was probably the smart play. I'm wondering if blue will ever drop a castle over here now. Like a castle here to take this gold would be sick. Red doesn't know where to go. Red's probably just trying to fix the economy. Okay, so red is building a defensive castle. But red needs farms. And red knows it too, so red's going to add those farms now. What a ridiculous game this is. It's so funny to me how smooth blue looked. And the second that things started to go down, blue just locked up. That's so relatable. Like, hopefully you guys get that. Sometimes people don't get that. And the thing about Lowy the Legends is I always try and remind people, like, I think it reminds people how human the players actually are. Because sometimes when you're watching pro games, you just get used to all the correct decisions being made. But this game is hugely difficult and stressful. And so red has brought the chaos, and blue has had some struggles, but now blue is dropping a castle directly where he said. I don't think he knew that red had a castle there. But this is a satisfying castle. Because red, how does it taste? Huh? How does it taste? Blue, finish that. Blue, you're stressing me out. You're stressing me out. You better complete that castle. Blue? Stop. I'm sorry, guys. I just can't. I'm so emotional. Build the castle, blue. Build the castle. Just keep building, please. Trust me. Thank you. There we go. Whatever. A couple of vills will die. What is life without a couple? What is life without death? There we go. So, blue's going to make a bunch of petards to try and take the castle down. Red is 2, actually. But if the petards go one by one, they may get sniped on the way in. I would say a good play here for blue would probably be to make ramps. And just go immediately for the castle. Mangonel is here to hit any of the villagers that red has underneath the castle. So, okay. This is happening, guys. This is happening. This is real life right now. The siege workshop from red goes down. Red is down to 19 vills. And many people watching are going to think red is what's wrong with the world. And people are going to be rooting for blue right now. But there's a small percentage of you guys that are rooting for red as well. And I'm here to tell you, don't get your hopes up. Because even blue, even poor panicky blue can't lose this one. Can you, blue? All right, well, Ram's finally on the way. There we go. There's still petards in the castle. How important was this eco? The safe eco was so valuable. This eco is so valuable. So good from blue. Messy with the fights. But I think red is going to have to accept this game is over here, surely. Wouldn't be a Persian game without the customary war elephant out of the castle. That war elephant might even end up taking out this ram. But if it does do so, it's not going to take out all the rams. And it's not going to take out the petards once the petards come as well. The ram's actually going to stay up. The petards are actually going to go in. The ram's still ramming. The castle's still firing. And it's panic time from red. That's frustrating for red. Red's going to have to hit that ram, but there's another ram here. It would be a very TC drop style thing to just not resign here and just fight on till the end of time. But I'm going to believe that red's got enough class that once this castle goes down, Red's going to realize this is actually over and drop the GG. What do you think, Red? What do you think? You are 3 TCs with Persians. You think you've got a shot? Apparently. It seems like Red still thinks he's got a little bit of a shot here. Not producing any vills. Maybe just looking around the map, wondering what he could do differently. But still here. Ran around with his scout. Okay, luring. Oh, yes, the classic. Luring Blue's Knights into the castle fire. There we go. Round in a circle. Round in a circle. There we go. But the scout goes down. Red, you're losing your TC. Not your starting TC, because you got rid of that one yourself. But you're going to lose everything here, my friends. And I think I will actually fast forward. Oh! Red just resigned. Red just resigned! Without the GG, are you... Hold on a second. Somebody who TC dropped didn't drop the GG? Well, that's unfair. This is a recorded game. They could have called the GG right after this. If there's one thing I know about people who drop TCs on people, they do it in a nice way. I'm sure the GG was called there. But what a ridiculous game that was. That was fun. That was fun. I think, like... So what we saw here, and I don't know if Red does this all the time or what. What we saw here was a ridiculous game. But eventually, for the players who make it this chaotic with the TC drops, the lack of economy just kind of catches up with them. What ends up being really strong about this play is if the opponent is stuck in one spot next to whatever aggression comes in, so the TC drop or the castle drop. So this was a little funny, but this was really the only area that Blue had peace the whole game. And this economy was working. Red's economy was chasing and building and whatever else. And Blue did a really nice job. So it wasn't pretty, but it got the job done. Also sends Blue up over the 1,000 elo mark. Congratulations to Blue, and 2-1 KD, and my brain hurts a little bit, but it was a pretty fun game. More wood, more food, more gold collected. Red, I think, kind of a crazy thing. It's really difficult to think about, but I would have actually liked to see Red sneak a little bit of a water play in Feudal. And what you can do is, if you overtake a water on this map, kill their fish, and then you're shooting their TCs down, they will struggle to get food. And then you could actually just toss a bunch on wood, maybe get some fishing ships. You could like fish boom and navy on water, and then also TC drop and Vil rush on land. Don't want to give the guy tips, but I mean, if you can manage that, it could be pretty strong. Anyways, that's it. Let me know what you thought about this strategy. I knew it was going to be crazy. I didn't expect it would be quite that crazy. And hope you guys have a happy holidays. Merry Christmas, whatever else. Content's going to be coming over the next few weeks that have all stocked up over a few days here. So I'll be looking to your comments more now than ever, as I'm probably home with family at this time. Thank you, guys. See you in the next one. Take care.